Thank you for trusting me to read for you and coming back. We have six adult ones that we're going to do. But first, I want to start with what's the romantic energy you need in your future? I feel like you and this person don't really have a lot of a romantic connection. This may either be something that's new, or you guys have like just really gotten to like the sexual aspects of things. So it's showing as the thing that is needed is divine timing. So it says your relationship is being led currently by divine timing. For some of you, I feel like things really went in a sexual direction and you're kind of questioning, like, am I moving too fast? Is this something I should be doing? I feel like that the romantic energy you need for the future is to not look at the timing of it. I feel that things are really going to move in the way they need to for you specifically. I feel like if you're seeing this reading, the idea of being in a romantic relationship is something that you've really been like desiring. And I feel that this is the first time you've really been like patient with it. I don't feel that you're pushing anything to happen. I feel like you're doing a really good job of like going with the flow. You're not following your like normal pattern where you overthink things and don't really let things kind of unfold in their own natural way. You're doing that completely different this time, and that's really going to be beneficial for you because I feel that you're actually going to do things in this connection with this person that you really enjoy that you've not done before with other people. And I feel that way both sexually and like romantically. So let's put this here. We're going to go ahead and use the Everything Tarot deck for this next part. Because the next part are yes or no questions. We have three of them, and they are kinky ones. So, do they like kink? If kink is something that you have been thinking about and that you're wondering about, we're going to find if it's something they like too. Do they like kink? Yes, with dedication. It's really interesting because right here in the upright Four of Cups, we have the energy of a lack of romance. So, for some of you watching this, I feel that that's not something that you're not looking for romance. This doesn't bother you. This is something that, like, it goes back to this divine timing energy. You're not trying to force anything, you're not trying to hurry anything. And I feel like you're kind of seeing that. It's interesting. We have this word here too. We have experienced. For some of you, I do. Like, as we have the months, you also might be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. So I do feel that there is not romance in this connection. It's really interesting because if you've watched my other videos where I use like the sex decks, I've started, I had like equal energy cards or, questions when it came to like the romantic side and the energetic of the like the sexual side. But for this reading in particular, I felt that it needed to have more of a sexual connection vibe to it. So that's where we have arrived here. So they do like kink. I feel like they're experienced at it and they're dedicated to it. You may have somebody who's like, wanting to go to kinky clubs or like participate with and in other things. But this person, I feel, definitely has a kinky connection. So then the next card, are you looking for the same thing? Let's put this back in here in case it comes back out again. Are you looking for the same thing? Make sure that you're following me. I love reading for people and working on having more consistency with some of these adult readings. So if you're trying to figure out a relationship, make sure you're following me. Are they looking for the same thing? We had two that came out. We have a yes and we have a no. So the interesting part is it's saying no, not right now. And then the yes said, but it will cost you some time away. So for some of you, I feel that with this person, you guys are trying to figure out what you want. You may have even like disconnected or like decided to stop talking to each other on a Thursday This person may be older than you. Also, they are a lucky person, or you feel lucky meeting them, I feel as well, because we have fortunate here. When I see the envious, I feel that you're not looking for the same thing. I feel like this person maybe even is like polyamorous, or like they're not going to be in that romance connection that like it's just not there romantically, and I feel that you are kind of on that same page as well. So like right now, I feel that the reason that you're not on the same page or not looking for like the exact same thing, I feel like the person being older than you and being more experienced, like you guys aren't on the same page as like what you're looking for. I feel that you have really a really good sex life. You feel really connected that way, but it's just not there right now for it to be anything more. So then the next one is, will you two sleep together? So this is for those of you who have not slept with the person. You may have, like those of you who are drawn to this part of it, the two of you have not had an opportunity. So let's see if it can turn into an opportunity. But it says no, it says pick the healthy choice. And what's interesting, because once again, the envy came up here, we have the upright devil card. You may also be dealing with a Capricorn or be a Capricorn yourself. I feel that this energy where it's like envy, I feel that the envy is there's something in this person's life that gets more attention than you. Um, it's not necessarily a person, I feel. It also may be a like their job or even an addiction. But for some of you, the reason that this not going in that like sleeping together is because of the fact that if you are drawn to this part of the question, you are looking for more of a connection. So you're kind of hanging in there, hoping that it will turn into more. But what we're seeing from this card is that if that's kind of where you're vibrating at, you're in that envy energy. Like, I wish I had more time with that person. I wish they would focus on me. If that's kind of where you are, then I don't see things moving forward with a sexual connection. Let's pull up some of these before we go into the next couple decks here. So this was A19, the Everything Tarot deck. This initial wants to fuck, showing as the initial of E. These are like little things to keep in mind. And this sign wants to fuck, Scorpio, standard. Before we move into the reading with the sex text questions, we're going to do this part, which is the positive sex affirmations. This is for you to kind of hold true to yourself as you see the rest of the reading and as we get into the sexuality, because we're going to be pulling like 12 messages from the person. So let's see what you need to keep in mind when it comes to like an affirmation. My no will be honored. So, for some of you, you may see some things that come up in this next part with like messages um, that are going to be a little bit things that you don't want to do, and that's okay. This may be a time when that's what you're supposed to be learning with this relationship. Like in the past, you've always kind of like maybe gone along with things that you didn't necessarily want to do. So let's go into the sex text deck. This one is also available in the description box. You'll see all of the decks that I'm using. So this is a text you might get. Role play. Who do you want to be? Your person wants to try new things. So that's where, when it's coming into that, my no will be honored. I feel like your person just has a variety of things that they like. I feel like for those of you who are having a sexual relationship currently, I feel like that's one of the things that's keeping you so connected. This is a text that you might send. Quit bitching. Let it go. You keep saying you want a happy relationship, but you never pick happiness. And for some of you, they never pick a relationship either. Like that's kind of what is stopping you guys in this. This text, or this is the text you might think twice about, which I feel like kind of goes back to this, my no will be honored. Let's be freaky. Freaky, your person wants to try something you haven't done before. And that's once again, my no will be honored. Just because somebody brings something up in a sexual way, it doesn't mean that you have to just automatically participate because you want to be in a relationship with them. That's not really how it works. Now, this is a text you might get. Let's get in. Wow. Let's make plans, explore, make a list of places you want to fuck in. I feel like this relationship or this connection, for some of you, this may even be like a potential partner. For some of you, though, this is something where it is just a sexual connection. So you might get a text that says, let's make plans. For some of you, you already may have like had that, especially when it's talking about like, let's get freaky and let's fuck in places we haven't fucked before. What? Okay, so then let's get this next one here. This is the text you might see and be surprised. Text you might see and be surprised. Feed me, says cook. This person wants to eat dinner with you. I feel like for a lot of you, especially those of you who are getting that no and you like pick the healthy choice, there's a group of that's starting to kind of like formulate. There's like the two groups, somebody who was looking for more of a romantic connection and then somebody who's looking for and okay with just the current sexual selection. Got excited and forgot what I was saying because it was 11 minutes and 11 seconds. So at this point right now, if you want to make a wish about what you're looking for, whether it is the sexual connection or whether it is more of a romantic connection, I would make that wish now. This is the text you should think about. Silent, silent. This person is in ignore mode. So for some of you, I feel that the ignoring that's coming in is coming in when they're ignoring the romantic desire that you have. I feel like for some of you, you've been dropping hints about what you want, and this person is just not connecting with it. They don't either feel the same way or understand. So this is where the choice comes in, where it's that healthy, um, pick the healthy choice. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump the camera. Pick the healthy choice. That's where you're going to have to decide. Is it okay mentally for me to be left on red because they're not always available? And this is the text that you should be open to. This is the text you should be open to. Sext me, digital dirty talk. Send a dirty text. Check 3 times that you got the right person. I have sent the wrong text to the wrong person before, and it's quite embarrassing. So this next one is this is the text you should journal about, and it's showing up as kiss me. Deep kisses. This person wants to make out with you. So for some of you, especially those of you who are like, I want the romance and the sexual aspect, you're going to need to be doing a little bit of journaling and asking yourself, what are my boundaries? What are my needs? What are my wants? And actually, like that is really going to kind of help you decide what you want. Because right now, I feel like some of you are feeling that confusion because you haven't set up your boundaries and your desires. You're just kind of going with the flow, which is always good. But also, sometimes you put your oar in the water and you decide where the flow goes. So that's some soul searching, I feel, and that's where the journaling would come in about that. So then our next four are this is a text that you might think about sending. Text you might think about sending. Oh, you're really shy when it comes to kind of initiating things. Interesting. I don't feel that you typically would initiate. Put on some high heels. High heels. Your person wants to see you wear high heels. Yeah, even if you're a guy. So I feel that this text might be something that you think about sending because it's more going to be a question. Should I put on some heels? Is what I'm kind of seeing with this. So you might think about sending this. You may hear things that your like person wants or like wants to explore with you. And I feel that part of it is like getting dressed up. So this is a text you should research. Okay, blocked. This person has moved on. I feel like the reason that you should research that, I feel that you need to ask this person. So when when you decide that you're done with a relationship, what does that look like? Do you just kind of ghost? Do you block? Do you just move on? What are we gonna do if we decide this is something that we don't want? So I feel that that's like the research that kind of needs to get done is how are we going to end this if we decide that we don't want to keep going forward? This is a text that you should take seriously. Oh, hold me. Hugs. This person wants to hold you. I do feel that there is potential. Like watching this reading, I'm sure it feels kind of like, okay, well, I got to know that we won't sleep together and I got divine timing. And I just do feel also there's a lot of like confusion that you're having. And I feel like you having a conversation with the other person about like, if this is really what you want, I need to know what you're looking for. I feel like you're going with the flow, but also not communicating either what you're looking for or what you want. So let's get the next text that you should take seriously. Let's be freaky. Yeah, see, this came up in the other part of the. So, this person really does enjoy your openness to sexuality and your comfort with yourself and your body. So, you should take that seriously that getting freaky is something that they want. So, I feel like this person, there's like some balance between like hold me, which is kind of like that romantic energy, and let's be freaky. So, you need to be really clear on what you want and what you need because whatever they're coming in with, you have to make sure you're matching that. To me, this has a more romantic feeling, and this one here has more of that sexual feeling. So, which one did you kind of like reverberate or have a vibration with? So then the next part here that I'm going to do, we're just going to use these two decks that I've combined to be as one. These are the Oracles of Characteristics. They're deck 30A and 31A. We're going to pull some characteristics so that you, right, W, R, or X are some initials that you may be, oops, looking at. That's too many. Looking at in this connection. We're gonna do four, actually. You know what? We'll just do it like this. Then we have they are colorblind. They may not talk about that, but you'll notice something with it. A Taurus or a plant collector. All right. All of the decks that you have seen on this reading are available through the link in the description. And I really appreciated reading for you. Make sure you're following me so you can get more connection information going forward.